Okay, the last one of the match here. It actually looks quite exciting. Is Villa Bridge Smithy. Villa Bridge Smithy, and you have trashing an amulet. So a couple ways to open comes to mind here. You could do a double amulet. I can definitely agree with a double amulet. Open and you want to get thin very quickly to set up the Villa Smithy bridge thing. You want to get a lot of bridges in play as your end game thing here. So just to keep that in mind. So I go for Smithy and amulet because there's Villa on the board, right? So I could play the Smithy, and probably when I play a Smithy, I could have $4 to buy a Villa, just in case I draw the amulet dead. So now my opponent goes for the double amulet, and now he buys our bridge. 1, 2, and 3. I go for the second amulet here because I also see the value in trashing. The bridge is good too. It makes you everything cheaper, particularly villas. Not so good of a hand here, but I'm just going to use the opportunity to trash the estates out of the deck, especially the estates. Just makes it easier to buy Villa on a dead Smithy, right? So here, I am not gonna trash with this amulet. A little bit sad, but just to be super 100% safe, I am going to take the money so that I know I can buy a Villa, and then I'll trash with the amulet. Then I will trash with the amulet. So definitely trashing the estate here. Now 3, it could be a Leprechaun. So Leprechaun is a new Nocturne card as well as a very strange card. If it is the 7th card in play, you get a gold and a wish. Wish is very strong. It lets you gain a card to your hand up to cost 6. Brutally strong. And it's non-terminal as well. Um, if you play the Leprechaun at any other time, you get a gold and a hex. These these strange Leprechaun people. So I buy a silver there. Not the greatest thing in the world, but I didn't really see what else to buy. Didn't really see what else to buy there. Maybe it could have been Leprechaun. I don't know. But the silver I wanted, again, I'm a little bit paranoid about always being able to buy a villa, even though I have no estates left in my deck. Now I have a bunch of action cards. So, for instance, the Smithy can draw into all my action cards, and I won't have enough money to buy a villa to get them into play. So here, look, I go for the curse here because I don't know. Weirdly enough, in my mind's eye, I could see exactly where this game was going. This game is going to end very quickly on a 3 pile, and having a points advantage seemed to be important. Ordinarily, well, sometimes, most of the time, I don't really pick up points off the Defiled Shrine, but here it seemed like the right thing to do because of how quickly I expected the game to end. So here I have 5, a couple of buys, right? When I go for a bridge here, this is wrong for me. This should be another Smithy because I can't draw everything yet. I only have the one Smithy in my deck. Should definitely look to have picked up another Smithy, then the bridges. Then the bridges. Another reason for securing your draw first is that, well, I do want to get Leprechauns eventually. The wishes, like I mentioned, are very, very strong, and you have good control of when you can play the Leprechaun, so you can get it as a 7th card in play fairly easily once you're set up. And I'll have the goals floating around in the deck. I don't really want the goals, but the Leprechaun gives them to me anyway. The strange Leprechaun people. So that's why I would have preferred a Smithy there over the bridge and then done some, Smithy bridge thing. And only buy villas when you need to, as is usually the case. So I do pick up a Leprechaun here. Another interesting thing with the Leprechaun is that it's the obelisk file, so every Leprechaun you buy is 2 points. So that's good too, especially if I think that the game is going to end quickly. So far so good on that front, really. Well, it doesn't seem so, but you'll see it very, very soon. 6 villas, 7 bridges, 8 smithies, right? So villa here, and actually do something unwittingly clever. So Leprechaun just says it has to be the 7th card in play, right? It doesn't say anything about the cards in play being actions or treasures or whatever. Just says it has to be the 7th in play. So I used Villa's ability to put a couple treasures into play. Then I get the Leprechaun out to get me my wish. Hooray for wish. Hooray for wish. So now I do pick up another smithy. I desperately need the draw. Really, really desperately need the draw. I am a bit slower on the trashing than my opponent because of my delayed second amulet. So I need to supplement that with the necessary draw. He's doing pretty well, seeing almost his whole deck with just the one smithy that he has so far. It's not really so urgent for him to get the smithy. He's actually able to, I believe, put down a couple bridges here, I'm not sure. Or at least the one, right? Okay, yeah, so he gets the leprechaun out with the wish and then the bridge. So, yeah, a couple bridges in play is very strong on this board. He goes for a bridge, and he might consider a leprechaun here, but I wouldn't get a second leprechaun. Uh, yeah, so he just takes the bridge and moves on with his life. This is not so good of a hand here. I mean, I do see the bridge, which is nice, and yeah, just going after these smithies very, very heavily now. Would like to really supplement that drive. Neglected it for far too long. So here's the wish, right? Here's the wish. You could see the text on the card if you like. I am thinking about using this wish for Villa just to get my turn rolling with Villa Smithy, but I end up taking a bridge with it first as my opponent buys one on his next turn. So I take out bridge because I know I could buy a Villa if I stick the bridge into play, and then I can get the Smithy to fire without drawing anything dead anyway, so that should be fine. So yeah, bridge first. This is my second bridge. My opponent has way more bridges than me, twice as many. But I'm not worried because, like I said, this game is gonna have 3 piles, so it doesn't really matter if he has more bridges than me. It only really matters if he can put all of them into play reliably. And the key to doing that is with the smithies. The smithies can make sure they get into play reliably. Of course, you're also limited by the amount of actions you have in your deck with the villas, right? So that actually comes into play in influencing my next decision. So here he has a very good turn. He's able to stick a lot of his bridges into play. He gains a wish as well here. So yeah, 3 bridges come into play and he just spams the bridges and kills that pile and picks up another smithy. So he has 8 bridges and I have 2, right? And he picks up a plaza here just for good measure. Just for good measure. So bridge split is 2 to 8 in my opponent's favor. So what I'm going to do here is empty the villa pile to cut my opponent off from the villas themselves. Hopefully that might increase his chances, well not hopefully, it will increase his chances of stalling. You know, before he might have been able to play a bridge and then buy a villa and kickstart his turn. He won't be able to do so if there are no villas in his stack. So I do empty the villas here. This is a spite play. I spitefully remove all the villas to hopefully get my opponent to stall, and I take the curse here for the 5 points from the shrine, and then estate, because like I said, so said so done, we're very close to the end of the game, right? There's 4 smithies left, and Villa gives us lots of plus buy. We have goals in our deck from leprechauns, bridges galore, my opponent, but I also have a couple of them, so I have some power to do things. And this hand here is almost good enough to buy all these smithies, honestly. Almost good enough to buy all these smithies, but I will have to draw with the smithy. But my opponent makes the play here of emptying the leprechauns too much, and I pick up the remaining leprechauns to win the game. So we finished 3-3 here. I finished with 13 points out of 30 for the league. I'll demote next season, but I'm not playing next season. I really need some time to clear my head. Not in a good space right now, but I am participating in a Nocturne dual set tournament because I promised you all some Nocturne content. So after that, I'll be taking a short break from Dominion. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you.